You had one sale before you joined with us.
From there, 50K consistently, 50, 60K. Yeah, man, I can't thank you enough. I was able to buy my first Rolex, which has always been my dream, bro.
The biggest thing holding six-figure entrepreneurs back from seven figures is just, all right, so I got Ecom Woody on the other line over here who hit his first 100K month using the AIA system. Ecom Woody, how you doing, my man?
I'm great, bro. I'm great. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Congrats on your big month. I wanted to go into that and open up and let the viewers and everybody watching this kind of have a better understanding of like where you were at before you started working with us, some of the biggest takeaways you've had, and I mean a lot of the lessons that you've learned, because I think when it comes to business, it's how many times can you learn something and elevate to the next level from there. So why don't you just give us a quick rundown of the industry you're in, where you were at before you started working with us, and where you're at now.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So the industry I'm in is I run a coaching program to teach people how to set up their own Amazon business. I've been running that for 2-3 years, and I came to you about 6 months ago, and I had one sale on the entire program that month that I came to you, and I knew I had to make a change. So I moved forward with you guys. I wanted to learn how to run my own ads, which I wasn't doing before, and really track my numbers, which I wasn't doing before either. And I think from there, I did 30K, I think the first month, and then 50K consistently, 50, 60K. And then a few months later, finally 100K revenue and cash collected. So the cash collected was a big one for me, and the revenue, and I hit them both in the same month. And yeah, man, I can't thank you enough.
Well, dude, I mean, congrats, man. I was telling you before, it's like the information's out there, but it's the type of people that actually go through and implement it. And that's something that I noticed with you is like, as soon as we get off of a call or something, you immediately have it implemented. And I think that's a big characteristic that anyone that's watching this can implement and just take advantage of, because it all comes down to speed of implementation at the end of the day. For you, man, I mean, let's talk about that a little bit, because that is honestly probably one of the craziest results that we've actually generated up to date right now. So you have the award. So kudos to you, man. But you had one sale before you joined with us on your month. I remember looking at the data. Maybe we can put like a picture of the graph on here, but you had one sale. So what was that one sale? Like maybe $1,000, $2,000?
Yeah, it was like 1,500. It was a 3K deal, but 1,500 cash collected. It was brutal, man.
Okay.
And I actually had to refund that guy too. So it was basically zero.
All right, we'll do the 1,500 just to have a cool number there. But
yeah,
so $1,500 cash collected in 1 month, and then after working with us, how many months were you in the program? You're going on like 5, 6 maybe?
Yeah, I think 5, 6 months at this point.
1,500 cash collected to 100,000 cash collected. What was the biggest change?
I think just the data, bro. And I know that, you're a data head, and that master tracker, bro, I fell in love with that. Obviously building out my team, getting them ramped up as well was super important, really getting them up to KPI, but just knowing my numbers, how much I had to spend on ads, how many calls we had to book, and how many people we had to close, and being able to analyze that and understand my cost per acquisition and everything, as well as raising price as well, going more high ticket than I even was. All of that combined brought us to that 100K mark.
Yeah, I think that's very important to kind of talk about that too, because I remember you slowly started raising your prices too, and at first you're like, man, no one's going to buy from this, and just went out there and you sold it, and you had the proof of concept. I know one of the big things I remember telling you was, hey dude, like look at your best client result and then look at how much you're actually charging compared to that. And I remember you went and upped your prices right from there. So could you shed some light on that? Because I know a lot of people kind of have that misbelief where it's like, can I actually charge high ticket, and how do I go about it?
Yeah. I think it's just a limiting belief at the end of the day, whether it's in yourself or your team if you have sales guys. But, once you have a proven track record, whatever industry you're in, you can charge virtually whatever you want. I know we were talking the other day, like I could probably charge even twice what I'm charging currently. The client results, I have people doing 100 grand in sales on Amazon. So I've brought someone from 0 to 100K as well, and I can charge a high price point to do that now.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, it's, you think about like a real estate investment, right? And it's like, how long does it take for you to get your return on investment? Most of the time, it takes years. And it's like the
Years.
coaching space of what we're doing, it's pretty instant compared to real estate. So that's why I'm like, I think for everybody watching this too, it's, increase your prices if you're worth it. Because at the end of the day, those who pay the most attention. And that's what we found true inside our program as well, is just having the right type of people in that can pay more are the ones that are always the best type of clients as well.
Yeah, bro. No, I couldn't agree more. Even whatever, channel you're marketing in, there's always going to be those people that have the ability to pay the higher price point and to implement the systems that you're going to teach them and become successful at whatever you're teaching them to do. So it's honestly way easier selling high ticket. It's way easier. You don't have to close as many people. You can focus on less people and still make the same amount, if not more. So I've really enjoyed raising price.
Yeah. You get the right type of people in. And I noticed over there you got a little bit of wrist candy on. Is that the new purchase?
Yeah, bro. First 100K month, was able to buy my first Rolex, which has always been my dream, bro. And you helped me accomplish that. So I can't thank you and Joe and AIA enough.
Man, well, I love just like seeing your success and seeing you grow. And I think the biggest thing that I've noticed from you is just you just keep showing up, dude. Even if there's not something on your mind or something, you're just always there. And like, that's what I contribute a lot of my success to as well. And it's, success leaves clues. So what would you recommend let's start with like the first person that's just like, they're wanting to get into coaching. Maybe they're already in coaching right now. Let's say they're doing maybe like 5 to 10K a month, but it's kind of been stuck for a while. Like, what do you recommend to that type of person that really needs to get off the training wheels to hit the next level?
Yeah, I mean, it's being surrounded by other people doing what you want to do. I know a lot of people now look up to me in the program, and now they're gunning for like the top position. So, and to be honest with you, bro, like I've invested in a lot of other mentors and, marketing teams, etc. before you, and you're the only person that was able to bring me to 100K months. So I would just recommend, follow the footsteps of, the people that you want to be like, get in the right rooms, like AIA, and, that'll push you to do more, right? To do more than 10K a month and have the right information and systems in place. Otherwise, it's going to take you years, like it did for me to crack the code.
Yeah, I remember when you first started working with us, you had a marketing agency running your ads, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, some friends and people like that. And first thing I told you was, dude, you've got to take over your own marketing. And I think just from what I've seen, obviously there's a lot, but once you took over your marketing, learned like the strategy that we use and looked at your numbers, I saw you became obsessed with your KPIs, which is huge. And then you just blast it off. So shed some light a little bit about the KPIs, man, because you were basically swinging a bat blind before you came into here with just throwing money at ads. And then now you know exactly what you need to spend to get to where you want.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what really separates people that are trying to run an online business and people that actually are running an online business is knowing their numbers. Like you said before, my guys would ask me, like the marketing team would ask me, well, what's your cost per call booked? What's your, CPA? What's all this stuff? And I didn't even know. And I was like, isn't that your job, to tell me? So we were just spending money, not even knowing all these metrics that are crucial in order to scale. So again, I was, in the blind, in the dark, and I fell in love with the KPIs, like you said, and it opens your mind to everything of, how the business is operating, what you need to fix, the leaks in the, boat, and how to patch them. So it's so important to know your numbers.
It's facts, man. It's facts. I think about it like you're driving you get on a flight with a pilot and he asks you where you want to go. Or maybe you ask the pilot like, all right, so I want to fly from California to Miami, right? And he's like, okay, well, which direction do I go? And it's like, you don't know where you want to go if you don't know your numbers. And it's like the same thing I think about life, just like that in general, is like, if you want to improve something, you've got to get the data to see what you want to improve, right? If you want to lose weight, you got to figure out how much you weigh first, and then you go down from there. And I think there's a big blind spot for a lot of people. And what I've noticed, just the biggest thing holding 6-figure entrepreneurs back from 7 figures is just that one small thing. Now, moving on from there, man, what would you say to somebody that is, maybe they're running a successful business right now, but they want to hire a marketing agency to do it for them? What would you say to somebody like that?
Do not do it. Do not do it. And I'm glad you brought this up because I wanted to touch on it. But I feel like people like myself or other online coaches, we get scared at the idea of, learning how to run ads. But once you learn how to do it, it's like second nature. Like at this point, like I'm on the ads manager, every day, and it's just sort of like my second home, my KPI sheets, so it's really not that hard, to be honest. I think it's just scary for a lot of people. And once you, learn how to do it and your numbers, again, you can see it. You can see your ads, how they're performing, where if you hire someone out, you're just wasting money. And like you always talk about trying to get the best cost per result, et cetera, when in reality, that might not even be the metric that you want to be looking for, right? So I would highly recommend not paying someone else to run ads. I would learn how to do it yourself.
Facts. And just so that people know watching this, how simple was it to like understand like our ad process to get your ads up and running?
Very simple. We had that first call, we set up the first round of ads, and it took an hour or whatever. And that first ad that we launched, we did $50,000 worth of sales off of. And then from there, obviously you learn more advanced techniques along the way from you, and you just implement them. And now I feel like I'm pretty proficient at running ads. Like I could do it for anyone at this point.
Yeah, it's like once you get it down, it's simple. And that's the way we've kind of structured it is, there's so many different ways to run ads. And that's why I think, when we were first talking, I was like, yeah, you have a marketing agency run your ads. There's 10,000 other ways to run the ads. But the key to ads is not just lead generation, which a lot of people try teaching. It's like, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. It's having one specific client acquisition strategy that works, and you're seeing it yourself. Exactly when you put $1 in, you're getting a return. So how many dollars do you put in?
Yeah,
as much as you can.
Possible. Yeah. Yeah. I think we're 4 to 5x, blended ROAS on cash collected. So it's been crazy, bro. I think this year, I've done 50K in ad spend and well over 200K cash collected. So
nice. And for everybody watching this, we are at the start of April, so just the first quarter. And
yep.
I think your numbers are going to be insane the rest of this year, bro, because I saw it just from last month to this month. I think you had like a 60% increase in sales just based off of knowing your numbers. And I remember you got on the call, you're like, I'm doing it, man. I'm getting up there. I'm getting up to $1,000 a day in ad spend. Like, I don't care what happens.
Yeah.
But going on that, man, because we all go through it. I went through it. I know you did as well, too, is like when you start spending higher amounts of money per day on ads. Talk a little bit about that, because it does get a little scary when you're new to it.
Yeah, it's scary, but then I look down and my team's closing, 3-4 deals a day, right? It's like, yes, I'm putting $1,000 out there every day, but I'm making $5, $6, $8, $10,000 a day because my team is dialed in and the system works. So, once the system works on a smaller scale, it'll still work at a bigger scale. And I just look at it, day to day, week to week, month to month like that. You really helped me get over that limiting belief as well of spending that much a day, which I appreciate. So thank you.
For sure, man. For sure. And last question I'll have for you as we wrap up here, my man, because I know you're a busy person, is obviously my company, Authority Income Accelerator, we're not cheap. We're a high ticket service. We're pretty selective on who we work with. What would you say to someone that is either on the edge of working with us or considering, like maybe they're considering working with us? Like what would you say to that type of person?
From a sales perspective, honestly, I tell my guys this all the time is like, when's the best time to start working out? When's the best time to fix your relationship? When's the best time to scale your business or join a mastermind like this? And it's never in 2 weeks or a month or whatever. It's right now. So I think that's the biggest shift that you need to have in your head, that you need to get started right now, not tomorrow, not next week, because the faster you get started, the faster you'll start generating the results that you want and that Justin and the team can provide for you through their coaching and their expertise. So you're stupid not to join.
I love that, man. Well, appreciate you hopping on. It has been an honor to watch you grow. I know when you first joined, you looked me in the eye, you're like, I'm going to be doing 100K a month. And here we are now. This is our second interview. If anyone wants to watch the first one, we'll link it down below. My man bought himself a new Rolex in celebration. That was your birthday week. Literally, it's like last week, right?
Bro, and it was the the last day of the month, we closed the most amount we've ever closed in one day, too. So we had the biggest day ever on the last day of the biggest month ever, followed by my birthday, bro. So it's been a wild ride.
It has, and it's only going up. So, we'll have to bring you back on here the next milestone, man. What are you aiming for now?
I think this month, 200K in revenue and maybe a 50% increase in cash. So, 150K cash, 200K revenue. Because I run 2 sales teams, so I know that they both can bring in 100K worth of deals themselves. So 200K rev, 150K cash. That's the goal this month. Probably around 30, 40K in ad spend. So we'll see.
You guys heard it here first. If he hits it, we'll have to get you back on here for round 3, man.
Back on.
All right, brother. Well, appreciate you hopping on. And for everybody that is watching this, where's the best place they can find you?
Yeah. Instagram at Ecom Woody.
Go check him out. Peace, guys.